For exercise 11, pushing device, a system is needed for pushing items to a machining station. Here is the how to do the schematic diagram of a pushing device. First, you need a compressor, air service unit, treehouse, manual valve, and a push button. Then single axle cylinder. Then run. For exercise 12, sorting device, a sorting system is needed in a manufacturing process of metals. The system should push the metal at a slower rate as compared to the retraction period, as you can see in figure 19. Here is how to make a schematic diagram of a sorting device. You need a compressor, an air service unit, a valve manually, push button, a manometer, a one-way flow, another manometer, and a single axle. Then run. I also change. Then
Good day, I am Jota Marsilio, and I will be presenting Pneumatics exercise number 13. Problem transferring device. A system is needed to transfer boxes to an X-ray machine. It needs a slower motion for the transferring period, but it should have a faster retraction movement. So going to the fluid sim, first we'll put a pressure source or a compressed air supply. Followed by a ASU or air service unit. Then we will put a 3.5-way valve that is manually operated. and a 3.5 way valve also that is or that has a push button. Then it is followed by a manometer, and a one-way flow control valve. Yeah. And again followed by a manometer. Then a quick exhaust valve, so we'll put a so we will put a quick exhaust valve here, and then lastly a cylinder. Then we will run the simulation. So as for the pneumatics exercise number 14, problem separating device. A system is needed to separate materials by having an upward and downward movement. The upward motion should be slower than the downward motion. So going to the fluid sim, first we'll put a compressed air supply, an air service unit, then followed by a 3.5 way valve that is manually operated, then a 5.5 way valve with a selection switch, then a two one-way flow control valve. Then a two manometer, and lastly a linear drive. Then we will connect it all. Then we will run the simulation.
Good afternoon. I'm Sarjan S. Crisologo, and I will discuss exercise number 15 and 16. So first is the exercise 15. The problem is folding device. A device is needed to fold a flat sheet of metal by a fast downward motion and a smooth exhaust for retraction. Two push buttons should be pressed to begin the folding process. So So here is a sample of the schematic problem. This diagram shows a system with two push buttons that produces a fast downward motion and a smooth exhaust for extraction. So now for exercise number 16, the problem is marking system. A system is needed to mark specific or measurements in the products. Either one of the two buttons available can be used to activate a slower forward motion. Retraction can only happen if the maximum position has been reached and a button has been pressed. So here is a sample of the schematic diagram of problem 16 showing all the needed parameters of this problem.
So today I'm Coronia Roman James. So Pneumatics, exercise number 17. Problem, supplying machine. A machine is needed to supply a raw material one at a time at a specific time interval. After reaching the maximum forward position, there is a delay period before the extraction process. See, so this is the figure. So here is the sample schematic that showing that supplying material at a specific time interval, but it reaches the maximum foreign position. There's a delay period that is put in place before the retraction process.
For the exercise number 18, the problem is welding system. A welding system with pressure regulator is needed to join a continuous polymer sheet for tubing. One button can be used for a single operation while another button can be pressed for continuous operation. There is a delayed period for the forward motion and retraction can only happen if the required pressure has been reached. So for this figure 25, we can see here that was given to us the welding system. Now I will show you the sample schematic that are made. So for the pneumatics exercise number 19, problem switching machine. A system that has a single acting cylinder is needed for switching a filling location for raw materials. Both forward and backward motions have flow controls. If a push button is pressed once, the cylinder extends and stays at the maximum position. Another button activates the retraction. So for the figure 26, we can see here the switching machine now. Now I'll show you the schematic sample that I have made.